that?
Because I thought that there was just 2 parties for Zimbabwe, and you said there's about 22 or 23.
Yeah,
so why
I
is
think
it that
Wellington is there. He can help us. How many parties are there?
Actually, there are over 190 registered political parties in Zimbabwe today.
190.
Okay, now let's be realistic. 100 something. What is the point of that? There's no point of 100 something. However, at the same time, they should not just be 2 parties.
No, I'm saying is imagine you were God, and you had to.
No, let's not do this hypothetical thinking, because nobody's ever going to be God or think like God. So let's be
but you're saying is why don't we celebrate the multiplicity of views? And
there's no point to celebrate it if there's only 2 parties highlighted. In any conversation here in Zimbabwe, there's only 2 highlighted.
You know what Joshua Ngomo said once? He said, meat does not invite flies. So people want power.
Rotten meat invites flies.
No, it doesn't invite. It's just rotten. It's just rotten. It just stays there. But they will come anyway. So if you have power, don't prescribe who should participate and who should.
But let us be honest and truthful. Any party you hear about, you have 2 parties. Those are the only 2 parties, not the one. I feel like if we had more parties, I'm going to answer 114 because it doesn't make sense that way. It doesn't make sense at all. We can't even manage 2 parties as a country in a country where what is how many have parties? What is our census for Zimbabwe?
Let's say we're 16 million, and the point you are making is what?
Are we 16 million right now, or we're around 15 or 12 or 12? Are we around 12 or 16?
I don't know, but let's assume. Let's pick your number from 12 to 16.
Okay, let's say we are 15 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do we not even hear about 50 of these parties? Why?
No.
We hear about 2
But I think you have been following Mkoma Masimba. Why are you following him? No, I'm just.
I haven't. I follow anyone that I find interesting. I even follow what's going on in North Korea. I follow what's going on in Angola. I follow what's going on in any country.
I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, allow people to organize. Some may make it. It doesn't affect you because they're outside the 4 corners.
Well, the problem is if you're all separated, then how are you going to come together to actually make a change?
No, where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you living?
Diaspora.
No. Are you living inside the border of Zimbabwe or outside?
Mr. Mawere diaspora and Zimbabwe diaspora.
No, I'm just saying is you ran away from Zimbabwe for whatever reason. Either.
I did.
No, I'm saying.
Okay, let me tell you something. And Naku teaser. What happened is I was having misfortune in finding work as a young person. Cousin wako alikuita nursing akaitwa ku UK. No bereko akaita nursing. My sister angari mukuru kwandi angano basa rake rakanaka and things like that. My younger sisters wangaishi kwa shukuru. Okay, things were still okay. They were not bad. So I said, oh, why not? Things were not so bad then. But my point is, what I'm trying to say is that one, we have my main MGC, PF. And I just felt good if there was other parties for people to actually vote for, and we had the democracy and the the freedom to choose our own parties without people that's fine. But 150 different parties, are we even going to get anywhere? Because there's not going to be enough numbers in each party. Could you just say it's a big stand up? The main ruling party is ZANU-PF. I remember when I'm speaking, diagram of Tungwiza. It was just after 1980 or around 1980. Diagram of Tungwiza. Mr. Mawere. My money is what made us no fora, no matcha, which toy. My name I was be about 6, 7 or ever. I remember one time Mama Waka one Sambuya was from Breda because I'm here at Wara. My son Jacka, but that's why every week we saw Muzimba. Which I never know my friend, but 30, 40 teachers are PF. Ambuya ngomaka one Sambuya, my son Jacka, one Ambuya once one was a kind of farm. I will never ever forget that day. Never forget it. Chapter over 30 something Takuma fought and the Kanganwe issues. Never forget that day. But what I say is, if people had even 4 other prominent party on a joiner, I know democracy are fair. But unfortunately, the problem with us Africans is we come in with the right state of mind. So once we're in power, it's the same thing. Greed, after that, we don't even want to leave power. And there is also Zimbabwe, everybody in power, we praise you, we thank you. But just because does not mean that you are entitled to rule a country, because you may not have the right qualifications or even common sense. Take, for instance, the two that we have in power right now, all from military backgrounds. So all they know is to deal with human beings as if they're in a military camp. What is that? Apana common sense is just what has been instilled in them in their years of fighting hard and being in the army. That is how they like to rule the country. And that is how the only way they know. They don't know what's good for the people. They don't even know how to use common sense. All they know is how to use what they learned, which is my drills. And if somebody gets out of line, you get punished. These are the president and vice president that we have now. Step out of line, you will be punished. You're not going to be asked, okay, so why did you say this? Why do you think that? Just to kind of evaluate where the person is coming from, and maybe that person has a degree actually has a brilliant idea of how things could change. It's a dictatorship. It's the same as North Korea. The only luck that we have is that most of the times we have internet. Apart from that, we might as well be North Korea.
All right, so that's...
that was me having a rant.
All right, and Wellington, do you understand what is being said?
Well, I'm following the conversation. I think it's quite interesting, a bit disjointed, but I thought it was about why C2C. But yes, I'm actually following. She's got very interesting views there, but it would be better if it allows others also to speak so that the conversation flows as well. But otherwise,
no, I'm so sorry. I just need I apologize. I don't want to sorry, it wasn't like I didn't want anyone to speak. And then I will sit back and just listen. Sorry, and you come to that.
No, that's hello. Yeah, so that's
I'm here, sorry.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, to say, let's build communities. You've raised a number of issues, and those issues are important. And that's your worldview. That's how you see the world. But if we accept that a coin has 2 sides, and that those we disagree with need not be disagreeable, because
that's true.
Because we all have different ways of looking at a glass. Some may see it as half empty, some may see it as half full. It doesn't mean one is correct, one is wrong. But when you look at
exactly, I totally agree.
You look at free expression, that when you the best of freedom and output, when you look at prosperity in countries where there is freedom, where people can express themselves openly, the prosperity becomes a constant and regular visitor. You tolerate others, and you understand that the country that you are in has a tradition that is old of understanding what it is that speaks to the human spirit. That if I work hard, accumulate my effort in property, in other things that I choose to do, that should be my property. That's my stuff. And that's what we've been saying. How do we build communities of shared values, shared experiences? You are already in an address that others would want to be in. And it is important that we learn from you. How do things work where you are, not where you left? Because there are far too many people in the valley who want to go up, who want to be inspired by you. I left with all level. My mother said this. That's a real life story. And today you may not know who Boris Johnson is. But thank God you are there, because you're working hard for yourself. If you decide to do 3 jobs, it's you. If you decide to sleep on the job, it's you. But at least you know that.
Yeah, but it's not my choice. My choice would have been to stay home.
No, I'm saying is
we are
right
opportunities. That's my choice.
No, we are
I
just
don't want to come here. I don't want to be here.
I'm just saying that even those who were imprisoned, they could never imprison the mind. That you are where you are. Let's celebrate where you are, because you are not in cages. You are not in shackles. You can fly today to Zimbabwe. Yeah, so let's celebrate the choices that you have made. It doesn't mean they're perfect. We die still striving to go up, a step up. And that's not too bad. But the moment we...
Is it a step up to UK and leave your home country?
I don't know. Wherever you are and you can lay your head, that's your home, that's your bed.
Yeah, but is it a step up necessarily?
I don't know, but I celebrate where you are.
Is it a situation that you have been forced into?
I don't want to know that. That's between you and your creator and your circumstances. But if you are where you are, I salute you. As long as you don't come to my home and say I need food. Whatever you are doing and it's working for you.
Hello, sorry, yeah. I was just asking, is it a step up or is it a position that you were forced to be in and now you just have to try and make the most of it? But the fact remains that you love home and you miss home, and this place, wherever you are, is not home to you.
No, I can't answer for you. That's why we're creating a community where you can answer for yourself. Why are you in the UK? And you could be in Zimbabwe, and you don't have to answer me now. All I'm just saying is,
okay, thank you.
Those are the missing conversations we are having. You don't have to explain to me. I don't need to know. The only reason is I know that you are there. If there's something to be done in the UK, I now know there's somebody I can reach out to. There are things that may be of interest that get clouded when we are starting to argue. I may be looking for a nurse. I may be looking for some medicine that is there, that is on trial. And
unfortunately, I'm none of the above.
No, I'm just saying it's not you. I'm just saying is when we know each.
You're being very stereotypical there when you say the nurse or medicine. You're being very stereotypical.
No, they're doctors. They are carpenters.
Agree.
No, I was just using it as a.
Maybe looking for a nurse or looking for medicine.
No, I'm saying
which implies that you assume people that come here come into those kind of jobs only.
Not necessarily. You could have been sick and in a hospital. I've got many referrals. of patients who are better than doctors. And they know what it is to have a patient rights. That don't put medicine into me without me knowing what's going on. So
okay, I'm not a nurse and I'm not anyway in the medical field.
No, you don't. You don't have to be. All I'm saying is I'm just using it.
No, I feel like I need to, because you said you need.
No, I don't know. I don't know you. I'm not a prophet. I don't know you. So I'm just using one example. Yeah. So it's not exhaustive. It's not an argument or what, or to demean.
Can I say something, Mr. Mawere?
Yeah.
You know why I phoned you?
Okay.
Because you know what? Regardless of how somebody is naive or may have their own thoughts, you always have so much patience with someone, and that's why I felt I could speak to you, because maybe somebody else may not have had the same patience or have even allowed me to speak the way you have. And that is why I love Bendapachano Penya and seeing you talking to somebody, because you allow people to be who they are. There's no right, there's no wrong, but you're always there and you allow someone and you give them the time to speak and speak their minds. And that is one of the most
But some people,
someone can be.
Some people say I'm a dictator. I don't allow other people to say their side. And
no, you're not a dictator. What you do is that they shouldn't say it's a dictator. I think it's a misconception of what they're trying to say. What they're trying to say is that when someone says something and you then give an answer, you really explain what you're trying to say. It's not dictatorship. You may take a while, but you are actually just even giving that person knowledge that they didn't even know. And if they have patience like you have when you listen to them, then they should never think you're a dictator, because you allowed them to open their minds and open their ears and just say what they want, and you gave them that space.
You know, we're talking. We're talking about that off air with Mkwama Simba.
No, but I was just to say to you, Kuti Ian, it's not that you're a dictator, but you speak, and when you speak, you give examples, and you talk where someone may say, now he's talking too much. No, just like I spoke, where you may not have accepted what I said, but you did not cut me. You did not stop me from speaking. You allowed me in my own mind to speak until I finished. And the same is for you. It doesn't mean you're a dictator. Not at all.
I'm telling
just because you are on this, I said radio, actually put that on my phone, it does not mean you're a dictator. So I have to say that to you.
No, I'm just saying is that, but allow other people to see the same glass differently. And they may see me as trying to manage their thoughts, direct them to some destination that I have been, when they don't know that I'm just human like them. I don't even know who is talking to me.
Or maybe you're manipulative, and some people suss you out quicker than you think they will. How's that?
That's right. But I'm reminded that there's nothing that I do that I've done before.
What do you mean? There's nothing that you do that you've done before. What does that mean?
You see, if I knew what the future holds, I'll tell you. I'll give you a Bible.
Yeah, but nobody's asking you about what the future holds.
No, but then I can manipulate.
What are you?
I can manipulate because I know better. But when I'm just speaking my mind, people must accept that.
So how does someone know when you're just speaking your mind or you're manipulating?
That's right.
Knows, right?
That's where the community comes in to say, let's say.
Okay, let me ask you something, and don't shy away from this. What is your role now? What is your job, and what are you doing right now? Like, what are you doing? If, say, for instance, if you ask me, not that this is my job, I'll say, okay, I'm a nurse. So what about you? If I ask you, what is your job and what are you doing right now? What did you say?
I'm unemployed and unemployable.
Are you signing on?
Yeah.
Are you signing on to South African benefits?
No. I'm just saying,
why not?
Why should I?
Do you have enough savings to so that you can cope without being employed?
I can do that. My wish is that The only thing I have is just to share what I've learned in life. And
that's not what I asked you. That's not what
I asked.
I am. You should know
that's
better
something.
Because you know how to conduct these interviews. Don't tell me about what your wishes. I asked you what you're doing, and you said you're not working, you're unemployed. So I said to you, okay, so are you receiving benefits from the state? No,
I'm saying that I'm not receiving benefits. I've not asked for any benefits.
Okay, so you have enough. So you have enough savings for yourself,
until I come and knock on your door to say I need help. I'm still okay.
I'm sure that's not going to be very soon. So
I'm saying it's not a relevant issue to the extent that.
No, that's fine. So why do you think you are unemployable?
I'm saying.
Curious question. Why do you think you're unemployable? Because you don't even have to be employable. You are a boss on your own. You don't get employed.
I'm saying right now I'm working on a number of initiatives.
There you go. You see?
No. I'm saying is these are the one of the challenges I have encountered is that when you talk to people and the little that we have, I remember in '97 when I thought of setting up a bank. I came to the UK, went to US, and here I arranged conferences just to talk about.
By the way, you've got a very good background, work history. Your history is very good. You did very well. You did very, very well.
No, I'm saying is you are talking.
I'm talking about your history, which I've been researched on. You've done very well for yourself.
No, I'm saying is that's the past. I was just saying about the problem statement. That the problem is that when you look at the bank, and for me even start thinking about setting up a bank in Zimbabwe, I had to understand what the problem was. And at the time, people were saying they are white banks, white institutions. And when I looked around, I also saw that most of those people who call themselves black institutions, the shareholder was also the CEO. They were employees of the same bank. So when you go to the board, the same guy who is supposed to report to the board is the boss of the board and recruits directors. So it means there's no independence. So I said,
Mr. Mawere, you know what? Sorry, I'm just worried. You have a guest on, and we are leaving him out of our conversation. Me and you can continue this conversation after him, but maybe he may want to come in where I mentioned about the amount of parties there in Zimbabwe and why there's no solid parties and why other parties are not recognized. So maybe we can bring him in. So because in Indonesia, I think we should need to continue this.
I'm saying
we can go on and on. Let's allow him to speak and talk about why there's only two main parties.
No, I'm saying is he needs not to be invited. He's already there. So
now let's allow him to speak because what you and me can talk about without him being there.
I'm saying is
that he can be involved in, and I would love
never feel sorry
about why.
Never feel sorry for a dog that barks or chooses not to bark. So if you are there and he can listen, he has chosen to mute because we started from the issue of C2C.
Sorry, the phone was reconnecting. Can we bring the brother in?
But already,
and now what do you do?
Already you're
please allow the brother.
We are not. Let's decide why are we here.
No, Mr. Mawere, you and me, our conversation is going to continue because it was a personal conversation.
I want to discourage personal conversations. That's the issue.
I know, but the thing is this. No, I'm trying to say, guys,
Can I just explain once again?
Why there's only two parties
that
are prominent?
No, I'm saying is let's discuss the political issues on a political show that we can organize with you to say, let's have an understanding of political institutions. Here, I thought we're just going to talk narrow, then we finish that. Then if you want to be part of this community...
That's fine, but let the brother have something to say because he's holding on with us for a while. So let him just say something on this whole topic of parties and two parties.
No, but parties, you already...
Mr. Mawere, allow him to just answer for himself. I beg you, please allow him to just say something. He's been holding on for ages.
But just allow him to say whatever he wants to say without telling him what to say.
And then we can organize where we can come and fully do this.
That's right. And Wellington, you are not disallowed. There is an issue that...
Okay, so Mr. Mawere, let's keep quiet and allow him to speak now about the two prominent parties and why nobody else is being recognized in the media, especially.
It's I think listening is a good skill, and also discussions that involve other people mean that other people are able to talk as well. Jenny, you are not giving much room for others to speak. Even when Mr. Mawere is speaking, from time to time you are interjecting, and at the end of the day, the conversation becomes a bit incoherent. So
let me say this: the funny thing is, if a woman is doing that, it's brought up as an issue. But if there was a man on the phone and he was doing the same thing, you would not have brought that up as an issue. So there we go. Put that out. That's why we cannot move forward, because you are now bringing this to light. But had I been a man, you would not bring this to light. But because I'm a woman, I should know my place, so I should not be interjecting when not necessary. Whereas I'm interjecting where I need to interject. But because I'm a woman, you don't carry the same respect for me to interject as if it was a man. You would not be saying what you're saying if I was a man and I interjected, Mr. Mawere.
Okay.
So maybe that's where our problem starts. Gender.
It's very interesting that you are already preempting what I wanted to say without even listening.
It's not preempting anything, because the way you've just started, if I was a man, you wouldn't have come up saying that. You would have come up and said what you need to say about what we're discussing, instead of saying, well, you are interjecting. Because I'm a woman, it's subconsciously. That is your subconscious. But because you, whereas if I was a man, you would not even have said that. And that is maybe one of the biggest problems we have with African men. And maybe that is why we are where we are.
It's very interesting that you already knew what I was going to say and what's in my mind and what.
Maybe change the word interesting and use something else. Interesting, you've used that enough times. Use another word.
Come again.
Can you try to replace the word interesting with something that actually means something? With a word that means something instead of interesting. Because interesting, you use that word when you're trying to kind of like hide what you really want to say.
I think the network is bad.
No, Mr. Mawere, the network is not bad.
No, he was reconnecting.
It's African men, and in this situation, Zimbabwean men, that they are not used to hear a black woman and Zimbabwean woman speaking up. You would never have said anything, but because I'm a woman, I should know my place, and that is where the problem starts. Our African men don't even respect us.
But maybe you wanted him to speak, and now he has not said much other than what.
Well, no. What is he going to say apart from, well, it's interesting how you are speaking and not allowing Mr. Mawere to speak? Me and Mr. Mawere are having a conversation. If Mr. Mawere felt that conversation was not a conversation, which is two people speaking, then Mr. Mawere would have said that. Mr. Mawere had no problem with that. What we are including you in this conversation is to give your points of view about the parties in Zimbabwe, not for you to analyze how me and Mr. Mawere were speaking. If Mr. Mawere had a problem with how we're speaking, Mr. Mawere would have addressed that himself, not for you to be an observer. Or then you want to address, you're there to do your comment and stuff. You don't need to care about how me and Mr. Mawere are speaking, because you don't know where we come from, you don't know how we communicate. You address what you need to address instead of trying to pinpoint where somebody went wrong. That is not the point of the conversation. You're not here to try and assess and analyze me and Mr. Mawere's conversation. You are here to give your input on the parties that are Zimbabwe and why there's only 2 prominent parties in Zimbabwe and why the others are not recognized. And if you cannot answer that, then there's no point of you even being in the conversation, because we don't need a mediator, we don't need a referee for anything. If we did, we would have let you know before.
Hello, I think there's a connection problem in Zoom.
Well, there was, but I'm okay. I don't know about. Sorry, Jana, and what's it for me?
Wellington Muzengeza.
Wellington Muzengeza. Okay, in Jukunzwai, Wellington Achikunzwai. But Wellington and Apuya Utati would take a referee conversation, Taita Sus, 2 months at a pin to Banyas, the party, not put out a referee. That's not your position. That's why you're not on this conversation. You could a referee.
Conversation is difficult when I didn't know that this was a monologue. But anyway, it's fine. I'm going to explain.
Well, excuse me. I don't know what you're saying. What is a monologue? There's no monologue. But if you're coming on and you're trying to referee a conversation that has happened between 2 people that doesn't include you, and you are just an observer, you don't need to come and put your 2 cents in. You are being invited to comment on the current affairs that we're talking about, not about how we're speaking to each other. If we wanted to include you, that we would have. So stop trying to be sarcastic about saying monologue. Don't try to be sarcastic. That's the problem. Zimbabwe. You think anytime they should not be allowed to speak until they're told to speak. That is the issue you have. And you wonder why you don't progress in your lives. No, listen, if you are not able to disrespect a woman who is actually, excuse me, well what?
Communicate with other human beings on the telephone.
Well, you can't communicate by telling people about how they were communicating together. It's like what kind of nonsense is that? You mind your own business and just focus on what you're supposed to be doing.
And they have not had a chance to talk even when I wanted to speak. So I just
because you were not involved in the conversation. You were not expected and involved in that conversation before until now. Saka, what did you want to put in when it was just me and Mr. Mawari speaking? You were not involved in that because there was no need for you to be involved in it.
I'm not interested in quarreling with this lady.
Yeah, no, I think
quarreling. Not quarreling. Quarreling.
No, I invited Mr. Muzengeza to the conversation because my understanding it was about the youth, and then I introduced the issue of building communities, and I thought it would be useful to talk to him because I was talking to him earlier about the need to build communities.
Well, you know what? If that is Mr. Muzengeza, is a good woman do not have a stance to interject, then there's no point of allowing him to speak. And there's no point in him speaking.
No, I didn't hear that to be the problem.
Well, he just said that, you were talking too much, you didn't allow it. No, listen, I can interject if someone's saying something and it's up to that person, okay, let me finish, and then they continue.
You can interject. What stops me from interjecting? Is it because you're a woman? Do you have to gender mainstream everything?
No, that's fine. I interject, and I can interject, but you must not say that I cannot interject because what you're doing. Because, let me tell you something. You would not have said that. You would not have said that. You would not have said I was interjecting. That's why we have 2 parties because which is why in the background Nonsense. You just want a woman to be there, not in the head like a dog up a bone. Nonsense.
Hello? Hello?
Mr. Mawere, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you had witnessed me like that, but I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But you just really pressed some buttons that were so wrong for me.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's
I apologize to you because I respect you a lot. I really do. But that man just really disrespected even at the conversation we had before he got to. If he really wanted to say something, he could have interjected. I cannot ask where after that. Hey, I'm not interjected. So how come he pulled me up on it? He never pulled you. Don't let our room Zimbabwe.
no,
They're always cowards, which is why we are where we are.
No, should we
They're cowards. My cowards are from Zimbabwe. They're cowards.
No,
But they want to stand up to a woman all the time. Why can't you stand up to a man?
But should we?
I put out a funky like he's some big thing. Go and I'm going to tell Mnangagwa. If you've got so much energy in yourself, go and say what you think to Mnangagwa and see if you can stand up for yourself and do that without me there.
No, but should we generalize about all men?
And I'm so sorry that you had to hear me speaking like that. Really, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so maybe why don't you tell us who?
But he just basically portrayed his mentality as being somebody that likes to aim at women as, people cannot speak. Unless I speak politely and unless I say what he agrees with, then I have no reason to be interjecting, basically.
Okay. So what else can we talk? We have Mr. Tenders who was...
Mr. Mawere.
Yeah? I can hear you. Hello, Tenders.
Mr. Boyd, how are you?
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Okay. Let's see whether this lady comes back. Just hold on.
Okay.
Hello?
Mr. Mawere, I don't know, you're funny in your card. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to end it off like that, but zvaada kuti anomira kuti asumuke achitaura kuti haina ndikuwesa nezvito namunangagwa kaazvigone padapo asati asumuka atati hey wanga wachiinterjectira yachiti Mr. Mawere wachitaura kanga ani kuvanhu vanointerjecta namutaura ini nhasi ndindaipa kuti mukadzi. Our men are African are spineless, which is why we are in the situation we're in. It was 31st in this demonstration. You are interjecting because you expect a woman to keep quiet and just nod her head and understand and go with what you say. Anybody, any woman, because it's not in our culture for women to speak up. You just want the woman to keep quiet, cook, be good, and treat you well and respect the in-laws. Well, sorry. We're a different generation, and there's different types of women are available now. Just like there's different types of men. So I don't go dance just because I'm a woman, I have to shut my mouth. No, because it's not just a country for men. It's a country for us women as well. Just like the Zimbabwe men are feeling the strain, so are even African women, even more so. Because they rely on what their husbands get. So we feel it more if our husbands are suffering. We feel it 10 times more, whether it's from physical abuse, mental abuse, shortage of money. We feel it more. So don't come on here and start saying, oh, you're interjecting. Interjecting. If you had something sensible to say, why did you not interject? Because people have things to interject when they're talking about something sensible. So if you're quiet all along, why do you want me to be quiet? Just because you're quiet and you're a man, so I should be quiet. No, I have something to say. And if I want to say it, let me say it. That is democracy. And I was listening to you and I was saying what I need to say and I listen to you and I say what I need to say. So what is wrong with that? Don't probably know Zimbabwe. That's why they can't even stand up for themselves. Why do we want to write anything? Because they're cowards. Cowards. Always wanting to find an excuse to Mukazi, and then they go home and beat Wakazi Kumba. They take their frustrations out on women because they can't stand up for themselves as men in a country where they are not happy. Because they are scared to get beaten up or be killed. So they come home and they beat Wakati Kumba because Wakati watch out. Listen, I'm leaving if you want to beat me. They stay in those houses. These men have punching bags all the time because they're upset about the world, their own country is treating them. They go home and they take the anger out on their women. Don't expect me to be quiet. Yes, I wasn't happy to be brought into the UK by my mother, but it's opened my eyes a hell of a lot more. I now know the word democracy. I now know the word equality. So thank God that my mother brought me to this country to know those two words. Otherwise, I would be at home saying, hey, sorry. Even if I wasn't sorry, I'd be saying sorry. No. So that, I thank my mother for sending me here to this country.
Okay. No, thank you for your input. I got Tenders who wanted to say something to us.
Tenders, yeah. Mr. Mawai, let me tell you about Tenders, yeah?
Mm. Oh,
okay, what did Tenders want to say?
You know him.
Before you bring him on the phone, just tell me what he wanted to say.
I don't know. If I knew, then I'll tell you.
So Tender says he wants to come on the call.
Yeah.
Was our call live? First of all, I should ask.
Yeah, it was live because I want people to hear the us in motion. Because
okay, Saka, people heard me and your brother, whiteboard, people heard that, yeah?
Yeah, they are very excited. They're saying, who is this person? I said, no, she's a free-spirited woman.
And I would appreciate if you don't say my name for now because I'll speak to you later. Oh. I will say something. Saka, even now, are they hearing us speaking now?
The attendant is waiting for you to give him an opportunity just to say something. But I don't know what he wants to say.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Mawere. Sorry for Mr. Mawere, I didn't know that our phone call was live.
Yeah. No, I said, as I told you, I don't want to hear too many things because...
no, I apologize. I didn't even know our phone call was live. If I knew our phone call was live, I wouldn't have been on it. If maybe I've been on it for 2 seconds and I would have come off, can we speak later? I thought it was just you, but gentlemen.
I want to avoid listening or even receiving calls. You know, this year I've said I'm tired of one-on-one, because it's draining. What you have said is very useful because it reflects what your mind is. You are not edited. We can't edit. If you are angry with Zimbabwean men, so be it. If you are angry with me,
angry. No. Don't get me wrong. It's not about being angry with Zimbabwean men. I was angry with our brother that we were speaking, and when he felt that he could have said something, he didn't interject. Whereas when I felt like I wanted to say something when you were speaking, I interjected because I knew that you were free enough to allow people to interject when you're in a conversation with them. So
you know why I invited him? I invited him because we all learn from each other.
No, that's fine. I don't mind you inviting him, but the fact that he thought me interjecting was wrong, because he was allowed. I interjected where he thought anything was wrong. He was not stopped. And we all know that when someone is talking, they can talk about what they think and what they believe in for the next 3 hours. But sometimes you have to interject. Some point from where you what they've said, and you want to say something then before they go on for the next 4 hours, and then you forget. So he was allowed to interject. He didn't want to interject, but then he wants to come on later and say, hey, monologue. Monologue, who stopped you from interjecting? Nobody. But you if it was another man,
Yeah. So I'm saying is, are you seeing it as a gender issue or as a person issue?
I'm sorry, our phone was reconnecting, and I don't want to repeat myself. But
No,
had I been
I
another
was saying
man
is
interjecting, he would not have come in and been so disrespectful about how I didn't realize this is a monologue. No, because you're used to just women sitting in the background. But even that Arumacho, what are you leaving us to? Now we have to stand up ourselves. This time, so prove us wrong.
But no, I just wanted to understand, is it a person specific issue or a generalized Zimbabwean men issue?
Well, that's interesting. I think we actually need to have a good conversation on that one. We need to have a good talk on that one.
All right. So if there is a second issue, because the first thing was just to know each other and talk about why we need to build communities where we all can talk and know each other and then see who is who, because I had an issue before this show when somebody called me about the youth being left out. And my question is, why are you generalizing and include yourself in the youth? If you got a point to make, just make it. Why do you have to make it as a youth? What happens when you die before you grow old? Do we discount you because you were not a full person or what? We all are full, competent people, whether you're a man or woman. So,
hello, Mr. Moire. Sorry, Mama, for reconnecting. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen. My dad about reconnecting. I apologize.
All right.
Sorry, what did you say?
No, I'm saying is I had a similar conversation with somebody who was saying the youth in Zimbabwe are stopped from participating in public affairs. And my issue was that who speaks on behalf of the youth? Should we generalize, or should we be specific and say Wellington, Muzengeza, who was here, he's a person, he's not a Zimbabwean representative or men's representative.
No.
So if I have a problem with, okay, if I have a problem with somebody, then I mention his name, but he didn't invite himself to this conversation. And you felt it yourself to say, let's bring him on.
No. I don't even know this man. I came on and he was there already. Saka, I did not bring him on because I don't even know him. Saka, I never said, let's bring him on.
No, I am the one who is it.
He came on, yeah.
No, I brought.
I didn't invite him because I don't know him.
No, I invited him because I don't know you, and I suspected it was something because you wanted to join the conversation with Mkoma Masimba. So I suspected it was something to do with radio or the issue that we were inviting, the generational issue. And I had used the example of a donkey, that you can take a donkey to the river, but you can't make it drink.
And I had a comment about that issue about the donkey, that, yeah, you could entice the donkey.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is I've never seen a woman being enticed to do something she doesn't want.
Have you ever heard the saying that it may not apply, but it doesn't necessarily mean financial, but everybody has a price. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, but that's consent.
Not financially, but everybody has a price. If you hang that carrot, you don't know.
No, I'm saying is, but
I will come for that. Everybody has a price, no matter what they want to say. Everybody has a price.
But do you
financial.
Do you understand the point I'm making? I'm saying
I do. Can I say something? something, Mr. Mawere. Can I just say something, yeah, with regards to
Wellington.
I said
Muzengeza.
Muzengeza, and the funny thing is about Muzengeza. Yeah, not Muzengeza. Into Adakura Muzengeza.
Ah, okay.
The thing is that you can mumba nemukadzi wako muchitadza kutaura mese muri mumba nemafungira ako nezve unofunga nezvikiitika munyika ka iwe unoexpecta kuti iwe ubude mumba uri wega unoita zvaunoita uchimirira kana zano kana maother 150 parties ataurwa but hauinclude mukadzi wako panyaya dzeuri kuita. How do you expect to move forward? That is wrong. The man is the head of the house, but the woman is the neck. If you are not communicating with your own wife, murumumba, uchitaurirana nenyaya dzakadaro, iwe uchikuita fanikari less than because you think as politically educated, of which you do not need to be politically educated. You just need to have common sense to see that what is going on is not right. And a woman can make their own common sense. After all, mukadzi ndakazvara munhu aita president, aniti?
Okay.
Like now, you want to have a conversation with Baba and somewhere else, and you're not including the person. Leader. You're not including that person. You don't want to include that person for what? Why do you minimize that person's role? Yet that person's role is as a mother, as a woman, as someone who nurtures someone up to the age they grow up to. If you
let's say you have a count of who said what in this conversation that we have had.
I'm not having an account. I'm just telling you as it is. I mean, it's not about going back and saying that. I'm telling you as I'm speaking it. It's not going back or anything.
I'm just saying. Do you feel that you have been limited in what you have to say in this conversation? That it was dominated by Zimbabwean men.
No. I didn't say that. I said everything I had to say. Once the national fire and this other I would not touch two parties name why there's no more than two parties. Well, I think this was a monologue. Monologue
I'm saying I'm saying you want to discuss about why there are two parties. Have you cared to establish from him what was his interest without telling him what to discuss?
No, you and me were speaking.
No, I'm saying that we just went into it without giving him an opportunity.
No, but he was there listening to us all along. So I knew what we're talking about. Just came on 1 minute before.
What if he didn't? He was muted and doing other things.
Okay, fine. But you don't come on monologue. If he was on mute, you wouldn't have heard all that.
No, but I thought you also felt we had oppressed him by not hearing from him. No, I'm saying is for you to, you insisted that he must come.
Yeah, because I felt like he was in the background all the time. He never said anything. So come and talk about not two party.
No, I'm saying is why should you limit him to talk about what you want him to talk about? What you want him to talk about?
No, I did not limit him. I just said to him that, listen, I won't speak for Akazi. I'll speak for myself as a woman, by myself without including anybody else. Tati, okay, since Munangari
all right.
Or anything, all these conversations, because he's been there for a while holding on.
Okay.
Who says that? Who's going to tell you yes, my party too are in why there's no more parties are prominent. Well, who stopped you from, interjecting at any time of the conversation? Did anybody stop you?
All right.
If somebody stopped you, then okay, I'll raise my hand and say sorry. But nobody stopped him from interjecting where it was necessary for him to interject. But he found no reason to interject apart from waiting until the very end. Of which that is a warumwe mwedu kuZimbabwe is not big, but I'm going to kutaura kana wangoda wanoti paita kaburi ke gonzo ndopanda kupinda napo. Taura zvauri, mira zvauri. Ndakati mira pinda taura tanga kuenda pahori chiwanda uda kupinda nekurire gonzo. Ai wow.
All right. Okay.
That is the mentality of warumwe of Zimbabwe. That's how this why. What if we have to interject? They start ICC. Now tell this. What if we have to even told me say a single mental hauna but I started monologue what tafake gonzo rukuru ngopoedza kukwaini paburi bva hapana buri rokupena but we are put out zvauri nonsense.
All right. Do you follow Mkoa Masimba?
What do you mean by do you follow?
I'm saying some of what his book, the books he says he's writing.
What book is he writing, Mr. Mawere?
No, have you heard about the book?
I'm asking you, what book is he writing?
Do you know Tendes?
Don't ask me, do I know this and do I know that? I'm asking you, what book is he writing? You ask me if I know Mr.
Tendes, that's why I wanted.
I'm asking what book is he writing?
That's what I wanted to check from Tendes, because I've heard he says he's writing a book.
Who's writing a book?
Mkoa Masimba.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
For letting me know.
Yeah, and Tendes has been waiting just to aid his voice to the conversation that we've been having with Mkoa Masimba before. And Tendes good.
But I've not been in a conversation with you and Mkoa Masimba and Tendes before.
No, I'm saying is we just need to open ourselves up so that we don't end up having a binary or bilateral discussion.
Okay, Mr. Mawere, stop being manipulative. What you're trying to say is that you want to bring Tendes on the phone call with us so we can communicate, me, you, and Tendes, and that's why you're trying to say. So stop trying to be manipulative. Just say it as
I don't need to manipulate anything.
You're trying to manipulate it by not saying it as it is. Just say, Jenny, not Tendes, just say that. Why are you going round and round in circles?
Okay, what is the circle then? I don't. There's no one in this. I don't know what he wants to talk about.
What he wants to talk about? Why we were going to be on the phone to speak with him?
No. I'm saying I'm in a show with because I'm using Mkoa Masimba platform to be able.
Okay, let me tell you something, Mr. Mawere. Tendes. I have a Facebook account, which is how I connected with you. I was once upon a time on Facebook, and guess who I used to see bashing women? Tendes. Tendes used to be on Sisimeli's website, my live bashing women. He had nothing good to say about women. Which is why I was so surprised. And I said, wow, this is the same guy. Because I remember him. I don't think always he's got this hood and a beard.
Okay.
And I used to hate the fact that he used to degrade women and talk badly about women. And now we have a website, the family needs or cousin, whatever, or Tendes used to say the most disgusting thing about women, and I hated that man from that. And then the funny thing is, I went on and saw Mkoa Masimba and Tendes is now being a saint. Yet to find out, after Mkoa Masimba said, Tendes, I'm done, I'm going to 1873 now. Views platform. If you want me to come to your platform for views and whatever, I'll come there with my views. And then I realized, okay, that's where the connection was. Tenders now changed to be a very nice gentleman, God-fearing, being very patient with Koma Simba, because he asked me, Koma Simba, why in the Facebook, my views. Tenders has never had anything good to say about women, never, since I've known him, which is why I was shocked when I saw him coming on and pretending to be such a nice person to me. I've got all the patience more than your own family. I'm here.
Iwe mukadzi iwe usarotoboka iwe usataura zvisina basa iwe. Nani akakunyararira iwe mukadzi iwe. Nani akakunyararira panapo wakutaurisa iwe. Wakutaurisa. Nani akakunyararira ukataura kuti vanhu vanofana kuinterjecta. Ndakuinterjecta manje. Ndada kukudzidzisa kuti hausi kuziva munhu arikutaura naye. Une bitterness yawinayo mukadzi iwewe. Une bitterness yawinayo ndonyadzisa. Iwewe uri kutaura zvausingazive kwausina kuswera. Chega ndichikubatsira uzive munhu arikutaura naye. Rega ndikutsanangurirei mai muri kutaura imi ndikubatsire izvizvo. Handina kumbobvira ndakadzikisira munhu mukadzi. Vanhu panapa varipo vakateerera vachakubatsira kuti unzwisise kuti ndiani vari kutaura. Wazinzwa? Rega ndikutsanangurira pamusoro pako iwewe kutaura wacho iwe. Rega ndikubatsire. Handina kumbobvira ndadaro. Masimba is not well. Masimba, let me tell you something.
Was not a genuine friend.
Masimba is not well. Masimba is not well. Chimboteererawo ubatsirike chiteererawo. Utaura natendezi wacho ndiri pano ndachikunzwa zvese uchipenga uchipopota uchasei. Wabvira kudaro uchingotaura wani. Ndiwe wataura show yese for the past half an hour ndakagara panapa ndiwe wanga uchingotaura. Ndiwe kwaungotaura kana amawere avana mukana wekutaura pashow pavo iwe ndiwe uringotaura chete. Ndiwe kwawanga uchingotaura chete. Iwe ndo wazogona kuita voice nekutaura nhasi iwewe.
Hello, Mr. Mawere. Mr. Mawere. Hello?
Taura tizi.
Mr. Mawere, before I continue.
No, the tenders are good to know there are some areas that you are not getting correct. He doesn't.
Okay, sorry.
Reconnecting. Okay. So he's saying that he has never disrespected women.
Taura Mawere. Answer the daughter.
Mr. Mawere, I've had tenders. No was what tenders. I don't think I would shake on the books. I know. I've seen it before. The I'm one my I was surprised because you had nothing but abuse for women.
Okay, now when you look at tenders in relation to women, can you pinpoint what he has said so that he can have an opportunity of responding?
Listen, Mr. Simeli White, I'm alive. I was trying to pass Simeli Direct.
Okay.
And she would bring conversations with your wife. What about this? What about that? Tenders, being a man fine enough, was always in the comments being very negative towards women, putting women down all the time. I remember that very well, and I would never forget it. But I was very surprised. Until Miss Makoma about a kupora jesh gandaranzo Makoma is okay to present Yadu, but I still Facebook. I won't mention it as a promoter says I can't come out to be tiri. And I said, no wonder
okay.
He was being
but is there
to try to put this page up? Nonsense.
Is there anything you say you recall that he said about women that is notable?
can give you a different specific genre about women that we're talking about.
Okay.
He was in particular single women with children.
What did
that he was really against, and he used to say really
iwe
negative.
murwere iwe uenda kuchipatara murwere iwe iwe mukadzi iwe mukadzi iwe rikanombokubatsira manje.
You can't call me a mukadzi iwe. You don't know shit about me, so don't call me mukadzi iwe.
Iwewe chireka ndikubatsire ka. You've been sitting there insulting me. Warandinyarara ndidi.
Okay?
You are insulting me right in front of everybody. No, please.
See, this is what I'm saying about how you don't respect women, and that's wrong.
Iwewe wacho kweiwe wambotero matauro arikuita wanga uchitaura uchituka munhu wazoshamisika wauzori palive zvese ndoda kuti uzodzokera pamashure ka utere live iri panapa iyi uchatozonyara wega uriko uchaonako wanga uchipopota shamari ka watozoziva kuti iwewe uri palive ndobva wadzora hacho.
I heard you personally before months ago. So I was surprised
hauna chaunotomboziva.
Single women. I heard you.
Maiwe, Mwari ngavakuitire nyasha, Mwari vakuitire nyasha. Mwari vakurangarirawo. Aiwa, iwewe ka davambonyarara ndambotaura katainzwanana pari une nharo dzako ka uri kurwadziwa ende wakagumbuka ende une hasha une shungu.
Taura tinzwe.
Chinyarara ka ukagona kwainyarara ka totaurirana manje bhozi uri ngotaura dai wakamboti nyararei ka tokona kunzwanana. Unoziva ndoda kukutenda because you actually give me the strength kuti ndinzwise kuti ndinani ndikubva kupi ndikuenda kupi. Zvese zvawataura izvozvo handikupikisi handisi kukuisa nharo ndo maonero ako ndo mafungiro ako because inini as far as I'm concerned aiwa ndo chokwadi chako handiti kana kwada nditaure alright kana nditaure iwe uchitaura ndonyarara kana nditaure iwe uchinyarara handiti wataura zvawataura ndosada kupindura. The reason why ndauya panapo wanga uchiratidza kuti iwewe ka you're not happy about Zimbabwean men handiti ka uchitaura nemuromo wako kuti varume vekuzimbabwe ndo zvavari forgetting kuti wauya paplatform forgetting kuti konyarara kanditaure imbonyarara kanditaure iwewe wauya paplatform yemumwe murume wekuzimbabwe.
What's the point if you're talking I cannot hear you? And
iwe ndoutaura nyaya dzevamwe vanhu ka iwe ndoutaura nyaya dzevamwe vanhu panapa.
Let other Zimbabwe men speak about your situation. Why took our cards? What is single? Speak about that.
Andina rega cheka chinyarara ukanyara ndokona kupindura.
Kwenda kumanipulate kwenda kumashure kuti hanze wakati nemazvo. No, speak about how you spoke badly about single Zimbabwean women.
Chireka ndikutsanangurire rega ndikuudze ka handiri kuona unotuka muromo wako ka unotuka but iwe wacho you want to be respected. You are so disrespectful. Let me tell you something. Iwewe ka ukagona kunyarara tokona kutaura tese. Ko chinyarara ka ndaititaure dai amana nai hati ndi makadzi wacho ndiwo wano vakadzi vada kuti Zimbabwe inake. Ko handiti iwewe watoda kuti Zimbabwe inake varume tite the head ndimaneke acho ko mutsipa wakambotaura kupi handi mutsipa unongonyarara musoro ndono unotaura chimira kandipedze kutaura. Unoda kuti varume kuZimbabwe tite vanhu kwavo unoda kuti tite vanhu kwavo iwe uchidai so papi.
Let me tell you that sometimes that's attractive. But I don't need to continue because you are evil. What is single? You are evil. So I don't try to say shit just because views. I know the members, right? Let me tell you that I remember it very well. Nonsense.
Wow. I don't know. Akakurwadzisa ka. Akakuroya ka. Ngakuregere so.
As if you even need Saragano, that's every time you used to do that, I would never forget it. That's the nice guy, you listen to everybody. Oh, you're so nice, oh, Mr. Rasimba. Fuck that shit. I go on and pass the message. I was talking about it. I know what is single.
Vakomana.
Then I'll change my views. That's okay. I will respect you for that.
Unozaka ganbotaura ndokomira wonyara kuti upindure serious ndatonzwa tsitsi.
Zvako 10 days.
Handizoda ndikuti hanzvadzi kana kuti handizezi zita rako kuti ndikutaranana meroda ndikuti zichiti chisa tataura because handizokuofenda kuti alright naye kola alright ndikuti kola ndoda kutenda hangu zuva ranhasi nekuti wanigonera zvakutaura zvese ndamboti chi handikupikise nekuti you are speaking of my specific things yeah? Maonero ako nemafungiro ako inini ndaudza chinhu 1 tendedza uri kutaura naye nezvawakaona musi 1 iwe kana kuti 2 kana uchiziva chinonzi context ka uchanzwisisa ini ndaudza chinhu 1 inini koimbonyara rakanditaure kochinyara rakanditaure konyara rakanditaure reka nditaure ka chireka nditaure ka iwe uri murwere iwe ndatopedzane uri murwere saka madhokuta semari uri murwere iwe handikuzive number 1 2 also nditaure 3 you are bitter and angry about someone that you don't even know. You're cussing me, you're disrespecting me, you're disrespecting a lot of people here. It's okay. It's okay. Look, it's okay. No, you see, this is the problem you're having. You don't even understand one thing. Let me tell you something about that.
And then now you're not famous too.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Yeah.
That's what you are. Sorry.
And it's not going pose there and you pay the because I have to say this in front of everybody.
You can't be saying shit.
Boys, I don't like to be in a position where I cannot say anything. I don't do it for. I'm aware. The kumbia mute her or mute. Just mute her. Please. The kumbia mumbo mute munu and it tells about taura.
All right, yeah. Let me just.
Asha dzako uri kurwadzwa nezvinhu zvakawanda warapedzera chimwe pambiri. No, hauna chokwadi chauri kuziva chamare. Hauna kana chokwadi chauri kuziva. Hauna chokwadi chauri kuziva iwe. Iwe ndiwe usina kana chokwadi zvako kana 1 chauri kuziva. Kana chinyarara ka hausi kugona kunyarara. How can I prove you wrong?
Okay, let's just say let's have order. Tenders, go ahead.
I'm aware ndoda kuti ndaine kone conversation yatinayo panapa inekuti inini ndoda kusanangura zvakati one day. Kola uyu ataura zvakawanda and I think tatorasika pa the main reason why ndandaya panapa. But inini I don't like nyaya yekuti kana ndichitaura pama conversations munhu anondiinsauta and anokakana zvaandingataura ndauya panapa pachibvira moto panapa.
No, so give me
Moto wanga uchibvira ndewekuti
let's
Stop trying to be condescending.
no, let's try
Stop
to
trying to be
no,
condescending.
aundudze zvekuita iwe ndisiri kukuona iwe handikuzive iwe handisi kukuona saka usandudze zvekuita aundudze zvekuita that's not gonna work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Aundudze zvekuita.
okay, can we hear
I'm not going to do that.
can we hear from let's hear
I
from
am not
him.
going to do that. Chokwadi chaiko naiwe kola inda uri bhita zo. Wakatadziweiko panyika nevanhu vechirume? Vanhu vechirume vakakuita seiko naiwe?
You're a manipulative person. Let me tell you that.
All right.
Facebook wako ukoma simba panga wakupenya ukati okay tende zinaita zvese ndakwanisa chakwanisa kuyako ku Facebook wako wafuna wanodedza konouya.
All right. Don't worry. Ndirakumudedza masimba ka. Akagara izvi.
See, this is the kind of friend you are. You see, if he's going through his own shit, now you want to bring him money. What kind of a friend are you? Exactly.
Shamar, I'm more than a friend. Masimba is a brother to me. Masimba is a brother. And if you want me to tell you something, that's number one. Number two, whoever is hurting you, they are kusunungura. They are nyasha what I say wabatsirika because
Okay,
now you're painting a lot of women with the wrong brush. You're painting a lot of men with the wrong brush. Kudishi?
Can we have a order here? Let's allow attendants to finish what he's saying, because
can I ask you that? No, there's no point of him to finish anything because there's no point to say anything ndozvingatobatsira ngaende kone kwechechi azvinazve musi wake tongonyara itoenda continue conversation kaendobvawo panapa toita continue something but ngaende nozvinanzva.
No, but can you allow him? Can you allow him? Let him finish what he's saying, so that you can then comment. No. I'm saying that I can't preempt him in as much as I can't preempt you. You can say what you have said. Let him finish his own side, so that we have two sides.
Okay.
All right, let's give you an opportunity. Okay, all right, yeah. All right, okay. All right, okay. So let's attendants go ahead.
Each full this day.
I'm aware. Inini ndodangu kuti mundiregerera handina kuziva kuti kuuya kwangu panapa zvakonzera ruzha. My point another kutaura inini was to focus on what has happened and what's going on.
Okay.
Kola uyu angave nekutaura kwaanofunga nekuita kwake, it's okay. Ndazvijaira. Asi chandiri kuramba hangu ava mawere ndechekuti ina handigone kuti kana ndichitaura iwo tanga kutaura. Handiri kuona manje.
All right, so let's hear from him. Tendency, you have heard. Well, let's not refer to what she said.
My insults are one is I'm going but it's okay. Does it?
Okay.
Okay,
we agreed that you No, no,
don't pay my rent,
yeah.
don't
Can
pay
I
for me,
can
don't
can
tell
I
me.
But
can I
you know
give,
what
can
iye
I give?
mkazi but iwe downza zvekuita wewe iwe downza zvekuita but iwe wauda kuti aiwa get away money get away man.
Okay.
Aiwa aumbofa ukawana vanhu vanokubatsira mupenyu vanoti chakadai so hautuke varume iwewe woda kuti vakurespect wazvinzwa nyarawo pane vanokunyara handidika nyarawo pane vanokunyara
Okay. Tendeze.
nyarawo pane vanokunyara handidi
Okay.
iwewe pauri papo ka dai wagona kuwana nguva ka wambonyarara
Tendeze.
Baba.
Not.
Amawere ini ndava kusiya nemunhu wenyu uyu hapana chiri papo handitsvake maviews amari inini I've done what I had to do for the family of Zimbabwe in terms of taking control of what Masimba has gone through. You have no idea what Masimba has gone through. You have no idea whatsoever. I stood with Masimba, not only for Masimba, but I stood with Masimba for all the brothers and sisters out there who are suffering. You understand? Amawere, munogona kumuita munhu umbomunyaradzere.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, yeah.
Imbomuisa pamute phone call pake pambonyara anotaura ndipedze zvoda kutaura. Nguva haisi.
All right, so can you give him an opportunity to say his piece so that
Tinguri mabvira kubvira kumubvunza munhu yaasomboteera zvemutaura.
Okay. Let's say okay, can we cease fire? Let's have him say what he wishes to say so that we move on. But what are you wearing yourself? No. What are you wearing? Because he can't see you to ask you. So no, but I'm saying is, should he have a right to tell you what to remove or what to wear?
Oh yes,
Gata, yeah. Okay.
Kuriji?
No, just go ahead.
No, that's none of my business. I'm not here to talk about what you're wearing and what you're not wearing. That's not my. I'm not about that. You know, I'm not here about that. I'm here to talk about serious issues. You understand? I've been here listening.
No, we have.
You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. No, you don't come and tell me what to do. You know, you don't come and tell me what to do. You spoke about how proud you are when your parents brought you to the UK, but you want me to talk about what you want me to talk about. Yeah, this is not your platform. Zikama. Platform but you want to take control and be in charge of something that's not yours. Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
No. Where is Tenders? Are you in the UK?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Tenders, where are you?
You are nothing.
Amawere mune basa vana venyava aenda zvitadza inini ndakuenda hangu amawere ya ndakuenda inini.
Okay, Tendesi, taura language you are comfortable with. Let's give.
Ndikambozvigora amawere kana kuroora uyu angarori kakagarika nayo mba so.
Yeah. But she knows more about you than you know about her. That's a surprising thing.
I'm aware. Let me tell you something. Platform on the Facebook, I get involved because I'm about community building. And then I get involved in my conversations. Because isn't this again? Kuna vakadzi varikuzvidisrespect vodanzi varume vanovadisrespect. Hakuna chinhu chinonyadzisa ka more than kuti kone vakuta vandifonera uyo.
Okay.
Miraya mawere.
All right.
Bomirani fonera ramana. Mundu fonera ko vani mimi bomirani fonera. Please wait, don't call. Hello.
Yeah.
Amawere nyeri panapa. Nyeri digi. Izawanda is guys. And people kutedzera zvese. When I started talking namkoa Masimba, I didn't do it for my lives. That was the chokwadi baba. Muchirume mabadakatanga kutaura nemina nama yangu vari panapa.
That's right.
Ndikatsanangura kuti vanhu vaindituka inini. But vanhu vakazobvuma vega later on kuti azichoka pane problem. Chakandituma asi munhu, chakandituma ndiMwari. Andika. As for me, inini ndakatanga kuva involved in conversations about social media. Why? But there are a lot of people suffering in silence, especially vanhu vechidiki in the diaspora. And I see nyore. Inini, I'm an artist, I'm a painter, I go for my conversations, I do so many other things. But I'm still nyembe my love, my likes. And so nyembe my love, my likes. I'm not about that. Social media and on the Facebook platform, gonna Instagram, gonna jiga. It's just a form of communication. I'm aware, not a chukwadi. And discuting ndakaitira Masimba kuti andanzi nini au platform. Akataura nemurume wake ega. But do I have a problem with that? No. I'm still talking my views in it. It's the work that I do that will speak for itself. I'll tell you right now, I've heard so many incredible messages from all over the place. Not because in Ndagati Masimba, but people appreciating the fact that Masimba managed to go to the hospital. Masimba no start egg. I didn't. So for that reason, in Ninia, what I can tell you is whenever us as Zimbabweans, tikaona munhu anenge agona chincha aita chakanaka, vashoma vanogona kutenda, vashoma vanogona kuappreciate. Asi vabereki vangu anza chinhu one. Ukaona paunotukwa, ukaona paunoshorwa, pane zvakanaka zvawaita, ingotenda Mwari. Kuti Mwari ndiye anenge newe. You can't please everybody. And that's a fact. And as for the caller, ngavandiregera zvaukola, zvavakaona zvavanofunga, that's okay. Inini, I don't have time yekundinitsa nemunhu, but don't insult me. Changozo ngondi barabara njoti kana munhu achitaura ada kuti timuteerere, kana ndichitaura iye ada kutaura on top. No. Zvinobhova. Ndasvika pana pachibvira moto, nyaya yatozochinja later munhu aziva ari palive. Anomurwana. Matsanangura emimaudza munhu kuti uri palive iwewe tatase watonzwikwa achibhabhauka kunge huku isina musoro. Bunzwa. Azodzora hasha dzake later on. Then past not 10 days, I know something about 10 days.
This is where I come in.
And so as for me, I can't continue having this conversation because whatever she's doing, whatever she feels right now about me, I think it's a personal thing of which I don't even know who she is. I don't even understand who she is. And it is. When I don't do that with visas or figure, language yakati. But iye arikumbobvuma here kuti paagere papo akamira osei tamumubvunza ngabvise wigi yake kana wivhi yake kana kuti ngabvise zvakapfeka. No, that's not about me. That's not my responsibility. My Zimbabweans, we should learn to accept and appreciate who we are. Our difference is such a beautiful thing. Inotaura shona anotaura chirungu kana ndikakonotaura neimwe language chakakosha imessage chero uri kunzwa zvandikutaura. Inini ndoda kutsanangura chimwe chinhu. Mukoma Masimba vangadai vakada sei vakasvika pakuomerwa mvura kuomerwa kwavanga vari. I did it nemoyo wangu wese. That itself is something that I can say Mwari makatigonera. Kune varume mukoma mawere vamawere vari kuchema panze apa vari kushaya help support chaiyo. But inini hangu chandangoramba ndechekuti why is it that it becomes a gender issue? It's not about being a man, it's not about being a woman, it's about us as Zimbabweans, as a community. And more. So it's something we should learn to adapt to. Mu diaspora muno rwadza. Muno omera nakawanda. So for whatever reason, ina mawere, ndinongoti kana mwe musi tazokwanisa kuwana time tozonyatsorudunura zvekutambudza nakawanda ndokukuita kutaura. Sevanhu vechirume because zvimwe zvinhu pamawaves apanonedza. Ini ndinongotaurira hangu kola kuti kola Mwari vakurangarirewo utirwe nyasha kana wazowana utsitsi muhana mako undiregerero pane zvawataura ndakaita se ndakatadzira Zimbabwe yese as a man, ndakatadzira Zimbabweans as a young man ane beard anopfeka hoodie. Ndoda kuti undiregererewo kukutadzira pazuva ranhasi. Andika inini I will tell you something chokuti I can't believe kuti wewe you say kuti ndakatuka vanhu vechikadzi vari single mothers. That itself is not a fact. It's not true. Because personally, you don't even know who I am. Andidi, that's number one. Two, you are ndombokuziva. So kuti ndisane naro newe, it's a waste of time. So whatever you have achieved today, well done. Wagona. But in for what I know is from Mukoma Masimba's well-being and health, I'm not going to stop. I am not going to stop, and nobody's going to stop me. Why? Because that's what makes people who come as reuti veropa rako chete. Anidika. Ngatibatsirane tigono kubatana maoko zvakanaka tizikana kuti maZimbabwe tozikana zvinhu zvakanaka zvakati. Inini naamawere tine patakatsika patinoziva pamusoro peupenyu hwaMukoma Masimba. Nezvimwe zvese zvichazoitika kumberi zviri nani Masimba azotaura ega. Because ukatera malive aMukoma Masimba will speak of me, will speak of Amawere ega. Hapana haasi mwana mudiki uranzi tofana kumudza zvikuita. No, he speak for himself.
Yeah, and let's just attend as I've known him through Mukoma Masimba, and from Mukoma Masimba himself.
Can I just say, because I'm not doing stuff,
he was talking 10 days. He just explained that he never invited himself into Mukoma Masimba, but he has been there for him since, and Mukoma Masimba has acknowledged that.
Okay, so he never invited himself. How did he get into Mukoma Masimba's life? Mr. Mukoma Masimba?
No, Mukoma Masimba called me and told me about 10 days. And even when I have live shows now, Mukoma Masimba, he's the one who says, can you add 10 days himself? I send him a link.
But how did it all start? How did it all
I don't know how it started, but from the way it looks,
that's what I mean.
You
were not there in the beginning.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is Mukoma Masimba himself, he has told me about who 10 days is in his life.
Yeah, because Tende presented himself as somebody that is something else.
But do you think Mukoma Masimba is
I have nobody else.
No, do you think he's delusional? He doesn't know who he's dealing with. Mukoma Masimba.
I didn't say Mukoma Masimba is delusional.
Yeah, but he has decided to say, in my journey to recovery, I need 10 days in my life, not for the likes.
Unfortunately, he had no one else to ask. That enough?
No, but he's got a lot of people who follow.
Somebody that also had an agenda for themselves about trying to put their platform on.
But I'm also accused of the same. I'm accused of trying to use Mukoma Masimba to get likes. Do you know that?
Yeah, but unfortunately, Tendes comes across as being Mr. Mukoma Masimba's right hand, and that he knows what's going on. Anybody?
That's what Mukoma Masimba wants the world to believe. He has said it himself. That's what
Tendes wants us to believe.
No.
I'm saying Masimba said it himself. As we make sense, because I'll tell you the truth, guy. You're only speaking from the surface. I need to because you speak like followers and what. That's okay. But Mukoma Masimba I need you. So I don't know why you have a problem with me helping Mukoma Masimba to bring up my past, whatever you think I did.
Just hold on. Let me.
Sorry, Mr. Mawere, who's speaking?
No. 10 days was speaking. He was making. Can I give you something? No. Can I give you something? There are people who are. Okay, that's fine. So I think they let's see.
This is funny. This is funny.
No, yeah, yeah. Okay, can we have your closing remarks so that Tendes can give his own closing remarks? But they are
Aiwa, you need help, Shamar. Ungarambe zvawo bana kutongokudzo. You actually need help. Serious help. The way you are very disrespectful, even pa platform yangu baba mawereka. As a man, what hands varume kuZimbabwe vese vakadai. Do you know panoti varume kuZimbabwe vese involves even hama dzako. Uri kutukirira iwewe. Usatukire uchidaro. Ndasadara anoso. Serious. No. Shamarika, mabasa anosiyana. Wazinzwa, I'm an artist. Kana zvizo zvinoreva izvo chena unozvitsvaga kana usingazivi. That's not my problem. Inini, I'm an artist and I'll use Facebook platform as much as I need to use it. Andizvi. Zvikaitwa nemumwe munhu asiri muZimbabwe ndingada kuombera maoko. And this platform is not my platform, Shamari. Inini handina chandukutsvaga. Kana uchida uya kwangu platform unonditsvaga kwandiwana. Kana uda inbox unonditsvaga unondiwana. Wherever you want, I'm there. But I don't know the way or also what I attend is a cousin to sugar. And I'm going to sugar and no. I hope you get time you channels on a live. You won't tell Mama Sugar and watch it tower and send out your panab. Which you took an blast on panab. What was on what I'm aware of is on Rupa Live good our record way we which took it the Kanochida Chakurat is out. So what tower as Jessica and as you speak with answer almost very disrespectful. Uchatozonyara kana uri munhu akadzidza ane pfungwa dzinofunga utaona kuti watukira iwe wacho you are disrespectful to men yourself iwe kuti uri disrespectful kuvarume zvisingatomboita zvinotonyadzisa pana baba mawere munhu mukuru unotaura mazwi anonyadzisira kudaro aunyare munhu wemukadzi unonyadzisira iwewe pamberi peZimbabwe yese vanhu vachiteerera pamberi pamurume mukuru anenge amawere asi unoti anzi bvisa heti uradze hunhu tsika what usadaro Shamari. Aiwa. Aiwa, akutuma upacha kubhadhara mari svino bozi muri kunyeperana ikoko. Warwadziwa neiko pakupona kwamasimba iwe kola iwewe chiri kukurwadza chii enda ikoko saka uri kutsvage pana uchiri kudei panapa iwewe vamwe varume kuZimbabwe vapi una wako murume iwowo shuwa achikusiya wakagara pana uchira zvautaura uchitukirira varume kudai so shuwa kana iona ndisiri kukuitira saka why are you still here? Why are you still here? Yes, tikutaurira but atikudzwarana. Let's just agree to disagree. Anoona. Let's agree to disagree Shamari. Bozika. I don't see why uri kupengereka kudai zone. Ende pana ananzani Joe Mapira kuti anzanza disrespectful wakadzi what. Shamari. It's okay. It's okay, dear. It's ball. Amapenzi anoziyana wangu. Yes, atine basa apa Zimbabwe zika aenda neta ire aiwa. Serious. Akutuma vari kubhadhara mari svino because zvauri kuita zvikazvi. Sure utoswera uchukana nena unya. Amawere za 5:30.
Yeah, okay, I think we have had yeah.
Next time
Shamarika, Rwanda, you're insulting me like this guy and you want me to respect you really? Karandiweo. kana wakadzidza shuwa imbo try some glass wefuko zvauri kutaura nezvauri kuda zvinopindana here. You are actually contradicting yourself shamwari. But ndikupikise ndofungwa dzako ndomaonerawo ndomafungirawo.
I'm not insulting. I'm just saying the truth now. Why am I insulting?
Ayo man.
Okay. But so far,
Mr. Mawere, they might know
kunze kwakaoma kwaromera.
So what are
single, even though because the population is single. It's question of Nema boys, old boys. It's actually old who else always story. That's what oh church you don't have mad. I was mad.
Shamari, unotaura uri ikoko ka.
There's my foot. Fuck off. There ain't no tender shit going on.
You alright. You know that China. I'm aware.
yeah.
I'm aware. I'm going to give this caller a beautiful painting just to say thank you.
All right.
I'm also even I'm not close to say, but I quite like what she's done because the problem is quite serious about the German band.
Yeah.
Mr. Mawere.
Yeah.
Mr. Mawere. I refuse. Pano painting a kite from Koma Simba. The one more rascal which if he was in this country, I would be that man straight up. Akapenda, akaimba, openda, Koma Simba name, that was a beautiful and talented person. I could have said no for would rather snap buses and painting. No, thank you. I want a painting from that man. I will pay whatever he wants me to pay for that painting. Not this foolish man. And I'm he's trying to create views to himself. No, thank you. We don't need your fake paintings. Thank you.
Ayo, so all right. How am I supposed to apologize kwa uri? Draw kumbra regret. Also da forgive. Also da. Urangwa mawashingo da zitinde zagape. Anopenga so there. Ayo you don't want a problem name. Ukarazi one na opore wangu. You understand?
If I have the problem, why you apologize?
Continue Zagu, it's okay. I'm aware. Baba I'm aware.
Okay.
No, why do you want to apologize? If I have the problem, why do you apologize?
I'm aware on behalf of all Zimbabwean women, I would like to apologize for insulting this woman by being myself. And also for helping Mkoma Simba is becoming a problem to a lot of people because people think I'm looking for views. I'm not looking for views. I did it genuinely with all my heart because I needed to be that person. Masimba asked me to be part of his journey. Masimba and I have known each other for a very, very long time, and we have a relationship that a lot of people don't know. So I don't have to reveal a lot of stuff on Facebook.
But the only Tenders, you don't have to explain yourself. No. No, he's saying that he's saying that you have raised an issue that he has acknowledged, and if there's anything that he has said that offends, he is apologizing, and he's not saying so he's on your side. He's saying, look, I may have.
No, I don't need anyone on my side, but I also don't need his lousy painting because I'm Rasta guy. Spend time for
that's for another day.
Sunday, I'm
just saying.
No, I know you don't need this. You didn't expect him, and this has happened. That it's good that it has happened. Let us move from there so that we talk about things that matter to all of us.
Guys, I'm aware. Yeah. Baba, mwara kutiri zvakanaka indaka mborowa pasi. Ndambono tsakachekudya. Tambotandara entertainment yacho nozonyanya ndozotyoka mbavhu nekuseka.
All right, and I think
all right.
Thank you very much for your time here. And thank you very much for everybody who has come to this conversation. Those are the conversations that we are missing. We never get to see the true self of who is who. Thank you.